All right, hello everyone. I'm here with Leslie from Rise again, and just excited to get to catch up with her and to let you know all that's happening at Rise here in our town of East Windsor, and just how we can continue to serve and work together to make our town just a great place to live. And so, hello, Leslie, how's it going?
Hi, good morning. I'm great, thank you. And Rise is still busy as ever, serving our local communities.
Yeah, so I know last time we talked, the numbers blew a lot of the people in our church away, just in from like a box to pallets and things like that. And yeah, some of it really was mind blowing to people. And so, just give us an update. Are you guys still busy like that? Is there still a big need? Yeah.
Yeah. So last year we gave out over 68,000 boxes of food, bags and boxes, and we're definitely going to top that number this year. The continued growth since the onset of the pandemic has not let up. We have an evening distribution, so if people can't get to help during the day, the first and third Wednesday of every month, we have evening distribution, and those numbers still are over 150 to 200 families each night. So when I drove out of Heightstown yesterday at 4 o'clock, and there was already families lined up for a distribution that was going to start 45 minutes away. So people are in need. Fortunately, we have had generous donations of food, so we've been able to provide food, and that's because of people and organizations like yours that keep us sustained. So we really appreciate that. Also, we just wrapped up our backpack drive. We expected to give out 500, 600 backpacks, which is a lot of backpacks. We stopped counting at 1,006. Yeah, that's 1,006 students. And those are the kids that we want to celebrate because they're getting ready for school. So how can we feel so good about that. And I know you had a big part of that. It's just the smiles on their faces. The parents are so relieved, and it just frees up a little bit of, just gives them a little more security and frees up a little bit of any extra money that they might have for, like rent or maybe a new pair of sneakers or something else. So it's a great way to help kids get started in the new year.
Yeah, I was blown away when we were there that day, seeing the joy in the kids' faces. I guess when you get older, you forget how much like you enjoyed getting the school supplies as a kid. Like I always looked forward to it, but just seeing them like hug them tightly and walk across the street with like just pure joy, like it was crazy. And so yeah, you guys do awesome stuff. So I mean, what does Rise look? Oh, wait, how was the summer camp? I know that you guys were able to do that again. How did summer camp go?
Yeah, the summer camp this year, we had usually we have 100 kids. We try to squeeze as many as we could in. We had 55, but then we have a lot of counselors or aides that are actually campers that have grown up over the years, which is really nice to see too. So we try to employ our students as they age out and get to an age where we can actually bring them into the workforce and give them some responsibility. A lot of the counselors have younger siblings in the camp, so it really is a family, and they're really taking care of each other. We had a youth conference, but also this year with the camp, we had kids tell us that this was the best summer of their lives. Um, it was a little tough, frankly, because the kids weren't in school for an entire year, and then we brought them into a school structure to sit down again. So we did help prepare them for this upcoming September, but we got the kids like totally unprepared, especially some of the younger ones. In kindergarten, this might have been their first experience having to sit in a seat and in a classroom in their lives, really. So it was a bit of a challenge, but the kids absolutely, this was the best summer ever. We still have some of the artwork up around downtown Heightstown that the kids did because we're really proud of the work that they do. And they concentrated on, obviously safety, but also love and friendship for the summer. And it was very rewarding for everyone.
That's awesome. I've seen some of the artwork. It really is. It's great. It's cool.
Thank
It,
you.
it added fun to the town too in some spots, which was cool. But all right. So Rise, you guys never stop. If anything, you're probably picking up even more just as fall comes, and getting to do this with you guys for a year now, which is exciting. So let us know what's going on with Rise. How can we partner with you going forward?
So there's always ways to partner with Rise. The ongoing The ongoing is our food pantry is we always need volunteers during the day, and as I mentioned, in the evenings. And also our Rise thrift store, we always need help sorting donations, or if you have donations that you feel that you want to pass on that would be valuable, that's always great for our Rise thrift store. And the Rise thrift store provides a lot of income into all of our programs. So it's not like we take any profits, it goes right back into the programs. It just helps run everything. But as you know, it's fall and it's holiday season, and we do not stop. So Thanksgiving this year, we're like usually it's 600 baskets. We're thinking 1,000. We're looking at doing a drive-through event, trying to make it just so that people don't get out of their cars, and we do it through people's trunks again. So even if people, sometimes they'll take a taxi or something else, where they'll put 2 families in a car, but we're looking at more of a distribution that way instead of daily distributions. So look forward to that. We'll announce when that's going to be, but that's a hands-on volunteer event. We can use 300 volunteers that day. It's no joke. Like it's hard to describe how you manage 1,000 cars going in and out of parking lots and to keep those lines going, and so people aren't waiting 3 hours for their baskets. So we're going to need a lot of volunteers. We're also going to need a lot of food. That includes like big turkeys and things like that. Store gift cards are great because then we could purchase the turkeys and they're not as heavy as a turkey. And that's a good way to help as well. And then we're going to have our holiday gift party again. And we're going to have that at the school, but not inside the school. So, we had hoped, right? Everyone thought in the spring COVID was going to be gone. And I was so energized and optimistic. And now I'm sort of resigned at, how do we maintain the safety and how do we keep things going? And last year, even during the worst of the pandemic, we were able to have the holiday party, and it was significantly important for the kids. This year, well, we're going to do it again. Last year, we were limited to 25 people, like in one spot. It was that part of COVID where you couldn't gather. But this year we'll be able to have more people. It will be outside of the high school, and we do the same thing. We do a drive-through event. We will probably cap the amount of gifts that we give at 1,000 because we continue to give some in our office and help families out. So, but we will need help for that. That we're going to post the gifts online that kids need. And these are actually children that have talked to our case manager and asked for this gift. So you feel like when you pick a child, it's not picking a child. Well, it's not picking a child. It's not like picking a gift out of a hat and saying, oh, here, take this doll when I really like trucks. No, you could pick what you want, and then people shop individually, and each of those gifts are chosen specially for children. But we will need volunteers for that. We'll need shoppers for that. And just stay tuned for that. We're putting that online now. We have our website, njrise.org. That's always a good place to find out what's going on. And you can call our office. I mean, Frank, you call and we'll think of something that we need help with. It's constant at Rise. And it's not just the need, but it's the community support that we provide. So it's not just for people in need. Like if you want to learn something, you can go to URise. We have opportunity for teaching there. We have content creators. We have an English language learners class that we need volunteers for. That's happening on Saturdays. And that's really exciting because people come to the country and they're desperate to learn the language and participate and be good citizens. And we want to help them with that. So that's exciting for us too. East Windsor, the whole township is very, very gracious and giving and supportive, and we're happy just to sort of funnel some of that love and support and bring it to people who trust us enough to come and get it.
That's awesome. So one more question. Obviously, I mean, Rise has grown, which is which is incredible. But even some of these numbers are astounding. Has there been any part of it that's felt overwhelming along the way? And I guess if it has been,
Mm.
like, what has helped you guys as you've navigated just a year of like exponential growth in everything that you've done?
I think Well, personally, I think it's all been overwhelming. I don't know one part of this past year for me, or I have a family with children, kids in school that have been home, and everyone that I know has been so affected, and it's been overwhelming, personally, and certainly in our office. I think it's been, all of us have our own personal, our own personal fears. We're a very small office, but I think what has guided us is the trust that people have given us, and when they look for us to help, we've just figured out ways to help them. And there's enough community support and enough resources that we've been able to find that we can continually help people. So that part, I think, has really guided us, that we have people who have vision, have hope, and supported us. So that's what's helped. I mean, that's what gets us through, is that every time that, we think we won't have enough backpacks, we get another backpack. Um, I tell people we've never run out of turkeys, even though we're down to our last turkey, another turkey comes. And I think if you just believe and you hope and you're doing the right thing, that kind of, the more you give is like it, the more we give out, it just seems like the more we get. So don't be afraid to give, because things come back to you. They just keep coming back. More than you give, you get back. And I just see that at Rise every day. It's amazing, and people don't believe me, but it's true. And it's taken me a long time to just be like, yeah, that's the way it works. Like, you give it, you're gonna get more back. That's just the way it works. So it's a great feeling, and I'm lucky, with our team, to experience that all the time. So thanks for, that's part of what you guys have done, as a church, as an organization, has been giving when we ask, and it just, it's amazing. So thank you.
Yeah, and just thank you for all you guys do. Like you said, people trust you all to do it, but it's because, I mean, Rise is great, and you guys do an incredible job. And the thing, I believe it from the beginning, but over the last year of getting to see it more as things have opened up and being able to do things. And East Windsor is better because Rise exists. And so thank you for all of your work. Thank you for hopping on and Zooming and just sharing with us an update. It's been great to get to know you and to work with Rise. And so thank you for all that you do.